Don't look now, but Rashid Shaheed has done it again. Another 60-something yard pass, which they don't even ever play him and go to him. And this is all you players need to understand, Rashid. You can play back the tape. I did the play-by-play every game. There are literally hundreds of videos out all over YouTube. Me just going crazy. What is the matter with you NFL scouts? Are you guys blind? Are you blind? I knew the second I saw him play the first game he ever played. I knew. I'm like, what the hell? There is absolutely no doubt in my mind if Rashid Shaheed was a starting wide receiver in the NFL this year, every down player, he'd be Rookie of the Year easily. I used to ask him all the time, Rashid, what's your 40? Don't know. I said, don't be bullshitting me. You can't tell me they haven't worked you out. No, Kev, they haven't. I'm like, they can't be that fucking stupid. I mean, play back the tape. I have hundreds of videos out there just screaming, going, look at this guy. This is the number one player in the country. He's the fastest. And by the way, I want people to understand it because I see he's getting sick of it. They're doing it. Well, you've really evolved. No, he hasn't evolved. He's always been this. You can see him just roll his eyes. What do you mean evolved? Fuck, they don't ever throw the ball to me. They don't play me. He's the same player he was freaking 5 years ago. The best in the country. He would have been Rookie of the Year easily. It just shows you how fucking stupid NFL scouts are. So he just recently did an interview and she was asked, is it true that you've never been clocked at 40? Yeah. I'm like, it's impossible. So for you young players just to understand, the NFL scouts are fucking stupid. Of course, the NFL is a sports merchandising company. They give somebody a big NFL contract, they're not going to budge them no matter what. So he's done it again, 68-yard catch this time. I don't know what they want from this guy, but he'll be a free agent. He'll get the big money. Where he'll play, I don't know. But it shows you, how bullshit the recruiting, look, at Weber State, he was never used properly. Never. His freshman year's first game down there at Cal, I knew. I did the play-by-play. I'm like, look out. Oh, my God, I never seen anything like him. He never had a quarterback to get the ball to him, ever. Cantwell was I love that kid, but he didn't have a big arm. And nobody could get the ball to him. And then, we lost our offensive coordinator. We had that great team, Weber did, to BYU. And then Scram came in. Scram just pounded the ball. Well, why wouldn't you? You had Opeta freaking blocking for Josh Davis. And so, Cantwell was the quarterback. Cantwell was a runner. He couldn't get the ball to Rashid. Rashid was never used properly at Weber State. And then they brought in Matt Hammer, and, oh, God, don't even get me going. So, and then Bronson Barron who's a hell of a quarterback. He's transferred now. He's at Western Kentucky. But he was hurt. He was in a boot. He was consistently under. Nobody could. The timing with him, Dalton, you can see, Dalton has had pretty damn good timing with him. But he just doesn't get enough snaps and enough plays. I want you to go through the math. This guy is breaking NFL records all over. First touch, run 44 yards. Oh, he tore and just the fact that he was in the game. I shot the video. Look at the video. I talked to him right after the game. He barely made a practice squad. Barely. And barely. Of course, they did the same thing to Jarek Harding. Look at him go. He was at Weber State at the same time. But, I'm telling you, and I can see he's getting tired of these bullshit interviews saying, God, you've really evolved and gotten better. He hasn't evolved and gotten better. He hasn't evolved and gotten better. He's been the great player from day one. He just doesn't get a play. I've never seen anything like this, and I was saying this in 2017, 28. Play back the tape. I put all these videos on YouTube. This dude would have been Rookie of the Year easily. I'm telling you, he's the best player in the NFL. And there's with this. Of course, the Saints are beating the Eagles right now. The Eagles are playing without their quarterback, but another 68-yard bomb. Can you imagine if he would have been an every down player and they're going to him? He'd have broke every NFL record in the history of the league. And the fact that he's never been worked, and I used to tell him all the time, oh, bullshit, Rashid. No, Kev, no. They've never worked. I said, they cannot be that fucking stupid. Oh, they are. You know, and you can see him just roll his eyes every interview they're doing. Well, you've really evolved and gotten better as the season goes. Bullshit! This guy was ready from day one. This guy was born ready. The first time I saw him run, I says, this guy runs like Ted Williams swings the bat. He's an NFL Hall of Famer. I'm here to tell you. And you dumb fuckers, he's an NFL Hall of Famer. I had to make that because I don't buy any of their sports merchandise bullshit. And I have tons of stuff. That's the tickets. I was at that game when he broke records. He and I are friends, and I've supported him from day one. And I tried screaming, thank God, you know, he barely made the practice squad. Well, he's done it again. I mean, look at his catch average. He don't never. Everybody says, "Oh, he's just oh fuck." The dude runs the best patterns I've ever seen in my life, and I've been at this for years. I did the play-by-play for Weber State football for 40 years. He's got the best hands I've ever seen, and I'm not talking just college. I'm talking NFL. He's got the best hands I've ever seen. He runs the best routes I've ever seen. And everybody says, "Oh, he's just fat." Oh fuck, he's a beast. He's a physical beast. Now, I want you to think about this. This guy is the best. Probably the fastest guy in the NFL. His own receiver, who, you know, is a San Diegan, his teammate, he says he's the fastest guy he's ever seen. They don't play him. And I want you young players to really take this to heart and just remember how pathetic NFL scouts are. And I mean, they are fucking pathetic. Go Rashid, man. But my grandkids are so stoked up, fired up, because they got to be friends with him over the years. You know, and we got lucky as hell. I look back on it. How lucky was I to get to watch him play every game he played in college? The best player in the history of Weber State football. And Jerry Carty at the same time. I know them personally both, and I got to do the play-by-play and get to know both of them. Watch the two greatest players in the history of that school. Sorry, Lord. It's this guy. So Rashid does it again. You know, who's going to get him? I don't know, but whoever it is, he would have been Rookie of the Year. There's no doubt in my mind. He would have absolutely been Rookie of the Year. Easily. He's unbelievable. I mean, it just goes to show you how much luck's involved. And these NFL scouts. My point is NFL scouts are fucking morons! Stand